Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this new video of Daily Current Affairs. Today we'll discuss important updates for the day 28th of August 2020. So before we begin, I have gathered 5 important words that will help you to boost your vocabulary. So let us get into the session. We'll start with the words of the day part. The first word is obsolete. So it means no longer produced or used, or you can say out of date. The Hindi meaning for this word is aprachalit. Synonyms are outmoded and outworn. Antonyms are current, modern. The sentence that can be formed here is the disposal of old and obsolete machinery. Second word is hallowed. It means made holy or consecrated. The Hindi meaning for this word is pavitra. So the synonyms are sacred and pious. Antonyms are unsacred and irreligious. So the sentence that can be formed here is the band will be in some hallowed and historic surroundings. Third word is sabotage. It means deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct something, especially for political or military advantage. The Hindi meaning for this word is todfod, and synonyms are vandalize, cripple. Antonyms are maintenance and overhaul. So the sentence that can be formed here is power lines from South Africa were sabotaged by rebel forces. Fourth word is fastidious. It means very attentive to and concerned about accuracy and detail. Hindi meaning for this word is tunuk misaz. Synonyms are punctilious and meticulous. Antonyms are easygoing and sloppy. The sentence that can be formed here is she dressed with fastidious care. Fifth and the last word is dire. It means extremely serious or urgent. Hindi meaning is khatarnak, and synonyms are terrible and dreadful. Antonyms are good and mild. The sentence that can be formed here is misuse of drugs can have dire consequences. So that's all for the words of the day. Let us move to the questions of the day part. First question for the day is according to the remote learning reachability report issued by UNICEF, how much percent of Indian households have internet facility to access e-education? Answer is option B, 24%. So UNICEF actually stands for United Nations Children's Fund. It is an agency and it was founded on 11th of December 1946. So its headquarters lies in New York, USA, and the head of the agency is Henriette H. Ford. You can say HH4. So this report uses a globally representative analysis on the availability of home-based technology and tools needed for learning among first pre-primary, second primary, third is lower secondary, and finally upper secondary school children with data from across 100 countries. So there is a large rural, urban, and gender divide in India that is likely to widen the learning gap across high, middle, and low income families, according to this report. Second one is who is the head of the five-member committee constituted to review the Charter of Duties for all laboratories of the DRDO. So DRDO stands for Defense Research and Development Organization. Answer is option B, V. Ramgopal Rao. So Ramgopal Rao is the director of IT Delhi, and so this committee with a focus on indigenous development of futuristic technologies has been constituted by G. Satish Reddy, who is the chairman of DRDO. Basically, the aim of this committee is to study and review the charter of duties of all labs of DRDO across India and to redefine the charter of duties of the labs on the current and futuristic defense and battlefield and scenario. Third question is what is the name of the software used to integrate the ePPO generated through PFMS application of CGA with DigiLocker? So PPO stands for Pension Payment Order. So the answer is option B, Bhavishya. So this has been done to enhance ease of living of the central government civil pensioners. So the pensioners can obtain an instant printout, the latest copy of their PPO form from their DigiLocker account. PPO stands for Pension Payment Order. Again, I'm saying. So this Bhavishya software actually, which is a actually single window platform for pensioners, right from the start of their pension processing till the end of the process, it works for the pension related activities. Fourth question is, which Himalayan state has been ranked first in the Export Preparedness Index report 2020 released by Niti Aayog? So answer is option C, Uttarakhand. So this report has been released by Niti Aayog in partnership with Institute of Competitiveness. So the aim of this report is to identify challenges and opportunities and then enhance the effectiveness of government policies and encourage a facilitative regulatory framework for export. So the states have been ranked on four key pillars, and the four key pillars are: first one is policy, second one is business ecosystem, third one is export ecosystem, and the fourth last one is export performance. And there are 11 sub pillars also for this assessment. So in this report, Gujarat has topped the overall export preparedness index report 2020, followed by Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Fifth question is, what does DSGE model stands for, which is used by RBI for assessment of likely impact of COVID-19 on Indian economy? Answer is option D, dynamic stochastic general equilibrium. So they have been using, they stands for, they refers here the RBI. So they have been using this model to provide a tentative and proximate assessment of the likely impact of COVID-19 on Indian economy. So if you want to understand what does DSGE means, so in simple words, it is a method in macroeconomics that attempts to explain economic phenomena such as economic growth and then business cycles and the effect of economic policy through econometric models based on applied general equilibrium theory and economic principles. So RBI actually has considered three main economic agents here, that is households, firms and government. Sixth question is, consider the following statements about Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. The first statement is, this award is conferred under two categories. First one is Bal Shakti Puraskar and Bal Kalyan Puraskar. Second statement is, Bal Shakti Puraskar was instituted in the year 1996 as the National Child Award for Exceptional Achievement but was renamed in 2015 as Bal Shakti Puraskar. Third one is Bal Kalyan Puraskar was instituted in 1979 as the National Child Welfare Awards but was renamed in 2015 as Bal Kalyan Puraskar. Fourth statement is, the awards are given by the President of India in the week preceding Republic Day every year, and for that Ministry of Women, Child and Development has invited nominations recently. Question is, which of the above statement are false? So you can pause the video here and you can again read the statements. So the answer to this question is option B, 2 and 3 only. So the second and third statement are false here. The first one is correct. Also fourth statement is correct. So this Bal Shakti Puraskar was renamed as Bal Shakti Puraskar in the year 2018 from National Child Award for Exceptional Achievement, and Bal Kalyan Puraskar was renamed as it is now in the year 2018 and not in 2015 from National Child Welfare Awards. Seventh question is, recently with the announcement of 7 new circles of the Archaeological Survey of India, so what is the total number of circles in India now? Answer is option B, 36. So these circles actually are for maintenance of ancient monuments and then archaeological sites and remains of national importance. Also, they carry out archaeological fieldwork, research activities, and implement the various provisions of the you can say ancient monuments and archaeological sites and remains, AMASR. Again, I'm saying AMASR stands for Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 1958 and Antiquities and Art Treasuries Act 1972. Antiquities and Art Treasurers Act 1972. So ASI actually works under Ministry of Culture and it was founded in the year 1861 by Alexander Cunningham. Eighth question is, recently scientists in the UK developed world's fastest internet data transmission rate. So what is the data transmission rate per second developed by them? So answer is option B, 178 terabits per second. So they said, I mean the researchers said that this speed would make it possible to download the entire Netflix library in less than 1 second. And researchers from University College of London (UCL) in the UK have achieved the fastest data transmission rate. So this new record was published in a journal called IEEE Photonics Technology Letters, and this is actually double the capacity of any system currently deployed in the world in terms of the speed. So actually it was achieved by transmitting data through a much wider range of colors of light or wavelengths you can say than is typically used in the optical fiber that we use commonly. Ninth question is, due to COVID-19 pandemic, Pulikali folk art will be held online this year. So among the following, this festival is related to which Indian state? So answer to this question is option D, Kerala. So Pulikali actually in this word, Puli means leopard or tiger and Kali means play in Malayalam. So it is a recreational street folk art performed on the fourth day of Onam celebrations. So Onam is a Hindu rice festival of Kerala celebrated to commemorate King Mahabali, and this Pulikali is mainly practiced in Thrissur district of Kerala, and it was introduced by Maharaja Ram Varma Saktan Thampuram, and he was the then Maharaja of Cochin. 10th question is, this one is the last question of the day. Recently, who among the following has released a book titled National Security Challenges Young Scholars Perspective? So the answer is option B, M.M. Nirvane. He is the Chief of Indian Army. So the book published by the Army think tank Center for Land Warfare Studies was released on August 17th. And this book is a tribute to Field Marshal Manekshaw, the great grand strategist of the 1971 Indo-Pakistan War that resulted in the liberation of Bangladesh. So that's all for the session, and if you think this video helped you to raise your awareness about important updates and happenings around the world, please leave a like on this video, and if you have any suggestions, do that in the comment section. We will reply to it soon, and subscribe the channel for daily and important updates. So thank you very much for listening to me. Have a very good day ahead.